Hi.
Hi, we're your face down queens, and I'm Georgia Poo.
And I'm Majenta with a J, not a two-time loser. And welcome to Fashion Photo Reflu. For those of you who don't know us, we were both participants in the first cycle of Boston Drag Gauntlet.
Yes.
We are here to toot and boot the looks of the promos for Boston Drag Gauntlet Cycle 2.
Yes. And I want to emphasize that we were asked for our feedback, so we are going to give our honest feedback and opinions, and we're going to be constructive in everything that we say. And if you can't handle our critiques, you don't want to listen to Rocky. That's for damn sure.
Exactly. The full assignment that all the contestants were given was primary colors red, yellow, and blue, and they were asked to use all of the colors in their looks. You ready to dive in?
So ready.
All right.
Boot! You all get boots! No.
So, our first up is Buffy Halliwell.
I think it's a good look. I like the caftan. The makeup looks great. I like the hair. The red reads as a little bit of an afterthought to me. So I would have liked to seen it a little bit more incorporated into the full look.
Yeah. I think that a red belt would have gone a long way for the caftan.
I agree.
To really pull in more of that color. The only other critique I'd really give there is that the caftan, while it is blue, veers into some non-primary blues.
Some greens.
Yeah,
some sea foams.
It still looks lovely. Buffy looks great. I would still give this a toot.
Yes, I'm gonna toot it as well.
Toot.
Toot. KIRBIE fully loaded.
I was really excited to see this look. She decided to actually put a painter's palette upon her head.
Yes.
With the red, yellow, and blue paint. She brought a little bit of that paint idea into the neck piece as well. And then she still incorporated red, yellow, and blue otherwise within the outfit with the hair, the gloves, and the white dress is kind of like a nice blank canvas.
Exactly. Yeah, I fucking love this look. Sorry, you're excited. Yeah, it's got all of your colors there. I love, love, love the yellow shoes. I really love the dress. It's simple enough that you keep the focus on the headpiece, but not so simple that it makes me bored. I look at this and it makes me happy.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
This is a great look. The one piece of advice I might give to KIRBIE is bringing in the paint theme. I feel like there's an opportunity for like paint splatter or something in the makeup or the
even
dress.
just like a prop of like holding a paintbrush, I think would have the spirit of this look still, because it would still be like fun and a little campy and would keep that idea going.
Yeah, yeah.
I agree absolutely.
But
Super
overall,
duper a toot.
Total toot.
Next we have Marielle Lapoutaine.
I got to be at the photo shoot, so she told me that she made this herself.
She did make this herself. And because it's a non-stretch fabric, the fit's off for me, especially in the top.
If this had been a really thick yellow belt,
I was thinking the same thing.
It would also have helped a little bit with the shape. I think this was a great photo as well, because she kind of looks like the heiress to a fortune who owns a mansion and is about to destroy you.
Yeah, she's modeling the shit out of it.
Yes.
And I love that.
So this, to me, gets a toot.
Yeah. Absolutely. Toot here.
Up next is PARRIS with 2 R's.
The sort of biker rocker chick is a distinct idea that nobody else has done, and so it sets her apart a little bit. Where it's lacking for me, the yellow. There's, I think, just a necklace, and so it's a little unbalanced there. But it also feels like it could be elevated.
PARRIS feels a little bit swallowed by the look.
Yes, she feels a little drawn down. And especially, I think some of the ways that she's posing emphasizes that. She's a little hunched and almost reserved seeming.
I want PARRIS to do fabulously in this competition, and I think this is your opportunity to really stand out. This is, for some people, the first time they've ever seen you, and I feel like this is a look that blended into the background when it should have been an opportunity to really be really memorable and stand out.
That's a nice way of saying it's a boot.
So I'm sorry, PARRIS, but I'm going to have to agree that this one's a boot. Next up is
ROBYN Edges.
Love ROBYN Edges. She is super stylish. I think this look is one of the higher concept ones. I do think that it is not quite coming together for the theme because the pattern of the fabric is not reading to me as like a primary color set. I'm mostly seeing sort of gold, green, and black.
Yeah, I agree with that. I really like the cape. I really like the headscarf. I think it's a high-waisted short. And then you've also got this pirate ruffle and then a Victorian cage crinoline. It's a little disjointed.
To be perfectly blunt, some of the other contestants I felt like didn't bring enough ideas. Robyn might have brought
a few too many.
And I think probably killing the structural piece at the bottom would have made a big difference to making this a cleaner look.
Yeah, removing the crinoline, because I love that cape. And I think I love the bottom as well, but I just can't see it as much as I'd like to.
I feel like the photo chosen is not a good view of her because it's so obscured. I actually think the one on the left that's faded back would have been a much better choice to highlight the looks. So for Robyn, I have to say conceptually I would give it a toot, but in terms of meeting this particular challenge, I feel so terrible, but I do think I have to boot it from that perspective.
I feel less terrible. I'm also booting it.
Robyn, I love you, and I really do think that you have a great chance of making it all the way. All right, next up is Plain Jane.
I definitely get what she's going for. I see the concept. It's very French, and I think it's pretty cohesive. And I like that she has all of the colors in her clothing as well as all of them in her eyes.
I will say Plain Jane's makeup was flawless for this, and I was actually zooming in on the lips to figure out if I could like learn something there. I did really appreciate that she brought the full red, yellow, blue primary color fantasy, and she looks banging, but Plain Jane lived up to her name a little bit too much with this look. This is a photo shoot to show the world why you should be the next winner of Boston Drag Gauntlet. I would love something a little bit more
over the top,
conceptual, edgy, but she looks kind of like a girl on the street as opposed to the next winner.
I agree with that.
Basically, this is the opposite of Robyn Edges, where you're on theme perfectly, but the concept's not there, so I have to give it a boot.
I'm left a little uninspired here as well, but I think it's cute and it's cohesive, so I'm gonna give it a toot.
Next up, we have Toast.
I like the headpiece. I don't like the outfit with it, and so they sort of distract from what should be the focal point.
I really like this look a lot. Great makeup, great headpiece. The outfit itself is not as strong as the headpiece, but for me, it's still a clear toot.
I'm gonna boot it because it doesn't add up to anything for me because the outfit throws the whole thing off for me a little too much.
I would say in the spirit of constructive criticism, find a challenge probably early on where you can surprise everybody by doing beautiful glamour femme or something like that. And even if you don't love how the look comes out, I think the experience of trying it will be very beneficial to your overall drag career.
Yes.
Next up, we have POISE'N Envy.
And from Worcester.
Yes, she actually competed in the first season of Worcester Drag Wars. And I believe she made it to the finale against Just JP, who pulled out a win. And now POISE'N Envy is back for revenge. When I was at the shoot with her, she explained that this look was to show that she had robbed the crown from JP. That is what is in the bag, is JP's head.
Okay. Without hearing that story, I don't read that.
The story doesn't come through.
It doesn't come through in the look. I like the texture of the skirt with the caution tape a lot in terms of the challenge. There's not a stitch of blue on you, girl. You need to have blue eye makeup or a blue necklace.
Blue gloves, blue shoes, blue hair. I zoomed in to try to see if there was eye makeup that was blue, and I couldn't spot any. I will say though, I enormously appreciate when a queen comes in with a point of view, a concept. You clearly did here. I am very excited to see what you bring because I feel like that energy was obvious and the creativity is there. I think I have to conceptually toot, but for the purposes of this challenge, I have to give a boot because it simply does not fully meet the primary colors.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be a little bit of an auto boot just for that lack of blue. Her makeup's great though.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have VERONICA VANDERSNATCH.
I like this. I really like a housewife moment. That red belt helps pull things in and also gives you a little bit more of that color rather than just a flat one color throughout an entire dress.
Yeah, I'd say possibly of all the queens, this is the most committed to the primary color scheme and with the balance. Theme. Yeah, this for me is definitely a toot. I would say in terms of constructive criticism, I can tell that you've got the concepts down. Your Meet the Queens video was production value. Yeah. I want to make sure that the personality and performance is coming through as strongly as your attention to detail. A great look. I give it a toot.
Absolutely a toot for me.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Alice Howells.
I really like this look. Very similar to Veronica in terms of really nailing the primary color aspects.
Absolutely.
I love that it's a blue belt with a blue top.
I do too.
Particularly because it's a sparkly top and then a non-sparkly belt. It gives like a little texture. Yeah. You get a sense of personality. I'm almost getting like Mary-Kate and Ashley from this a little bit. And the sleeves are fabulous. I am totally breaking my own rule now, but as somebody who does not have feminine arms, this kind of sleeve is brilliant for sort of smoothing out your look a bit. They move beautifully when you're performing. It's a great top. I really like it.
I also really like it. I think the top's really cute. Again, I love the sleeves. I love the belts. I love the like yellow hanky. But overall, this is absolutely a toot. For me.
I also give it a toot. Next up is Ali CK.
So I definitely get all of the primary colors, but the garment itself seems to be a bed sheet that's been painted on, which is something.
Here's the thing about Ali that I love, is that I never really know what Ali's gonna do. I think in terms of the primary color aspect, I would have loved if the lips and shoes had been blue instead of green.
Those that serve as such focal points to the outfit, and so to have them be not within the color palette that they're asking you to do sort of distracts a little bit.
It's a little hard to follow where this was headed in terms of the concept.
Yeah.
I love the energy and spirit and creativity that Ali brings to this. I am eager to see more concepts. This particular look, I think, is not the strongest for me.
Quite do it for me.
Yeah, so I really am so glad that Ali's in this competition, and I want to see more. I think I have to toot the effort, but boot the end result.
I'm booting it, yes.
Take it as feedback for how to compete in this particular competition, not as feedback about your drag aesthetic. All right, next up is
we have Atlas.
Atlas is super talented. She started drag very recently and just sort of rocketed really fast at it. I'm so impressed by her. I like that she took the route of primary colors but sort of muted all of them.
Yeah, I agree. I love this look. I like that, as you said, the colors are balanced. She looks gorgeous. I like the dress.
She knows how to pose.
Yeah, she's modeling the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Absolute toot for me.
I totally dig this. I think that she's going to be a fierce competitor. I give this a toot.
Yep, toot.
Yep. All right, our next queen is Binks. Honestly, I was the most curious of all the queens to see how she would do primary colors.
She's got her definite aesthetic, and it's very black and
goth.
gothy.
Yeah.
She looks great, first of all.
Yes.
From the sort of sternum down, you've got a very Binks look, and it's a good skirt. I like the shoes, I like the corset, all of it works. And then you just got these butterflies that aren't part of the rest of the outfit.
I'm going to disagree with you on this one because I actually think that this was a great example of somebody staying true to their aesthetic while pushing outside of it. I thought that this was a really clever way to bring in the primary colors. If maybe the shoe had been one of the primary colors, that would have helped bring a little bit of the full body into it.
Or one or two butterflies even on the skirt itself.
Yeah. Overall, though, I think this is definitely a toot. I think Binks did a great job.
Yeah, I'm going to toot it as well.
Our top toot of the week, which goes to
KIRBIE Fully Loaded.
Loved how you brought in primary colors in a really creative way in the headpiece, brought it into the rest of the look.
Yep. It was fun, it was campy. I'm excited to see her, as well as the rest of the competitors, as they progress in Cycle 2 of the Boston Drag Gauntlet.
Absolutely. If it's anything like it was for us, it will be an enormous opportunity to grow, to learn new things.
Immensely rewarding.
Yes. So make sure to come to the first challenge, January 29th. 7:30 p.m. at Jacque's Cabaret. We'd love to find out who your favorites are.
So be sure to comment if you agree or disagree. Like, share, subscribe.
This was a lot of fun. Thank you for watching, and good luck in the competition.